Welcome everyone. Today we're going to speak about the 7 focus points that keep you from a true choice. In helping thousands create true end results and choices, I know there are predictable ways that we can actually create negative visions instead of true end result that we love. I will explain this in depth so that you know what to look out for. These 7 points are the motivator behind the goals, and they knock you out of true choice. The first one is resolve a negative belief. Your goal is about completing a way you feel incomplete. These often refer to the self-sabotage belief or limitation that keeps coming back with most people. First is I am not worthy, so I will make all my goals about others, the world and society. Once I have been good enough, I will be worthy. I can then have what I want. What you want to create must come from your desire, what you really want to create. You don't want to prove anything to anybody. This is for you, and you want to create it because you simply love it and you want to have it. Or I am not good enough, so I will set goals to achieve lots to prove to others I am good enough. And when you do this, you are totally out of the creative mode. You are in the competition mode and you are not really creating, you are competing. The third limitation that keeps popping up is I am insignificant. So all my goals will be about creating significance, or I won't have any goals because if I went for them and didn't get them, it would really prove that I am right. The fourth limitation is I don't belong. So I will set goals to fit in, be attractive enough to be loved, or create something to belong to. I will avoid rejection at all costs and reject others first, so I am never the one being rejected. The fifth limitation is I don't have the capability. So all goals will be about creating enough resources to finally be able to do what I desire. My life will be about having enough knowledge, money, relationships, time, or other resources to finally live my life. However, I will lose myself in the search for these resources. Finally, the last, I am not perfect. I need to be perfect. I need to control myself and how the world and others see me. I must be perfect because only perfect people succeed. All my goals will be about how I need to be, act, feel, and think. The second focus point is reaction. Your goal is actually a desire to get away from an unwanted circumstance or condition. I'm going to do X because of Y. For example, I got fired, so I will start a business. Or I feel overweight, so I'm going to the gym. The problem with this is that all the motivation is stored in a negative situation, and a small amount of success will kill the momentum. Another example, as soon as you no longer feel overweight, the motivation to go to the gym is gone. Or you realize you don't really want all the stress of a business and go back to a regular job. In either case, you didn't really want the end result, so you are not ready to do what it takes to make it happen. You can also have future reactions. This is when we look at all the things we do not want and then make a decision based on that. We often hear people say, I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't want. This creates a complete focus on what is unwanted, which just gives away your power. Just because you don't want a crappy boss doesn't mean you want to own your business. Just because you don't want to be unhealthy doesn't mean you love going to the gym every day. Reacting to negative gives all the power away to the negative instead of having the power in the creation. Third is limitation. Your goal is focused on what you think is possible for you, not on what you would really love. You have edited down your dream. Reducing your need to basically nothing, as they want to avoid disappointment at all costs. Therefore, they just set a low bar to go for. You are not going for what you love. Meaning, I would love to be super abundant and rich. However, I'm only after 100,000 income and I would be really happy with that. This actually removes all the emotion out of the end result and reduces inspiration massively. In fact, you are telling your superconscious you don't really believe in yourself, or that it's bad to have what you really want. Limited goals are not true goals. They are based on what we think is possible. There is no emotion in that. Behind limitation sits beliefs like I don't have what it takes to create what I desire, to be the fullest expression of myself and love my life. Instead, I just go for a limited or small part of what I really want. There are a lot of teachers that say be specific, and this is a good advice. The more precise you are, the better. However, it only holds it if it is what you really want. In our example above, goal would be I choose to have more money than I can spend. Can you feel the emotional difference in this? Go for your truth. Whatever substance it is, whatever is right, just go for it. The fourth focus is others' opinion. Your goal is designed to ensure others are happy. You only create goals based on what other people think or what they will think of the result. Typically, there is a specific group or person whose opinion we care about most. This focus on what other things shows up as everyone thinks it's a good idea to go to college. Therefore, I will do that. Or if I achieve this, then other people will think I'm successful. Example number 1. My family said investing in real estate is a good idea, so I will do that to make them proud. Number 2. I wish to be an actor, but my parents recommended to go into medicine, so I will earn more money. I don't want to disappoint my parents, so I will go into medicine to make them happy, even if I don't like it. The fifth focus is control. Here, your goals must show up in the exact way you want them. You are not open to the end result. Usually, the control is in the time frame, the circumstances, or the people. Sometimes a person really stuck with control never get what they desire because their goal have to have other people meet certain conditions. The other people do not want to meet those conditions. Example number 1. I must have a loving relationship with such and such, and they must treat me in a specific way or I will not be happy. Notice the lack of power in the above statement and the lack of free will. If this particular person doesn't choose to behave in that way, what if that person lies or cheats? What if they die? Can you see a better choice, such as I choose a loving relationship that makes me feel great? Can you feel the freedom and space in this? Notice that it could be the same person feeling the desire of the relationship. However, the creator who is defining this choice would have a very different energy with the side change in the 2 above sentences. There is a big difference between I must have a happy marriage with Joe and I choose a loving relationship that makes me feel great. The 6th focus point is indirectness. Your goal or the vehicle you have created to get you somewhere else. You are taking the long route. Many try to plan their way to achieve everything. They would like to think they know exactly what they must do to get somewhere. However, many times, time gets lost in what they think they must do and lose what they really want. The philosophy of the Find Your Why movement has created this idea that we do something to get something else. And the problem is we lose our true end result in going the roundabout way. I am creating so I can have. Example, I am creating a business to create a good life for my children. The person wants a good life for their kids, so they start a business. It's possible that while building the business, they miss having time with their children. They started working late nights and early mornings, so they got caught up in the process and missed what they really wanted. However, by having the end result as the focus, the truth, they would not get caught up in process, and it's the real goal. Many do this with education. They spend forever learning new techniques to finally be good at something, only to realize they could have started doing what they are learning and learned along the way to get the end result faster. It is indirectness, waste of time. Later, we will cover the fastest way to get from where you are to what you want to create using your superconscious. You will be blown away. Go for what you want instead of taking a long way. And finally, the 7th focus point is default. The person doesn't really have a goal and think what they have is enough. Here is a very typical story. They say, I have everything I desire now. I don't need anything else. Or I just take it as it comes. I don't need goals. If you don't have any goals, you don't have any desires. Sitting at the default position of having no goals is not going to get you the life you really want, because the universe doesn't work that way. If you have no tension between here and what you love, you have created a void, and this void will be filled. If you are here to create more of what you love, you must have creative tension. Life is always moving. It's an action sport. If you are not the active, powerful creator of what you desire, you will be an element of other ambition or the conformity of our society. You will be drifting.